Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Back, and we're going to switch gears here, no pun intended.
Oh,
or maybe
yes, there was.
Yeah, what am I saying? I intended it. So anyways, we are going to talk about the truckers. They were inspired by the Canadian truckers who showed a lot of heroism and got a lot of support, and our truckers are also getting that same support. And there's groups leaving from different locations in the United States, all getting to the capital around March 7th, but as late as March 11th. They're going to be in the Beltway area, not necessarily in the capital, even though Biden has called National Guard troops is about 700 or 800 apparently. Just
for traffic control.
Yeah, you know,
sure.
traffic gets a little crazy there.
I wonder if they'll have to sleep in parking lots and eat rotten food too on their deployment.
Yeah, I wonder.
Well,
That's right.
We'll keep an eye on it. But let's talk about these truckers, because once again, they're standing up for freedom and rights, and they're saying, okay, the pandemic is, we don't need masks, we don't need mandates, let us just have our freedom. I want to watch a little video where somebody's explaining what's going on.
Mask mandates are being lifted across the United States, but the co-organizer of the People's Convoy says it's simply not enough. They want to lift mask and vaccine mandates at places like hospitals and police departments where they say people have lost their jobs. There's been support from across the country. I spoke to a man who, this is his second convoy, drove in from Idaho. Another couple from Nevada saying that they drove several hours just to show their support. There's more than 24 semi-trucks out here, RVs and personal vehicles that have joined this convoy. It started in California, and this is their first stop. I spoke to that co-organizer. He tells me they're not against vaccines.
What I do know is that as an American and as a human on the planet Earth, you have the right to choose, and that should be respected. That is your personal choice, and it needs to be respected. And that's what ultimately what we're getting at here is that freedom of choice for the individual, whether they feel that vaccine is best for them or not.
Absolutely.
And I think they ended up with about 1,000 leaving from California, and it's building as it goes along.
I think it's ironic that this is all starting in California and
yes.
moving south. The thing that makes me really nervous, though, is that our administration fully supported and advised Trudeau to become basically the godson of the major communist leaders of the world. You can hear applause from China, North Korea, Russia. And if we have an administration that's supporting that and is encouraging it, what is that administration going to be doing when people of America start standing up more with this freedom convoy? I mean, like you said, he's already 700 troops. I mean, it's not the 35,000 he needed to get inaugurated, but you know, it's close. So really, I mean, it's what level of dictatorship are we going to be having?
And there wasn't any violence in Canada. They were very peaceful. And anybody we interviewed, we had a few truckers on and people that were around the area that said it was one of the most respectful, peaceful, loving protests. And what is he afraid of? And they have said, the People's Convoy and anybody related, connected to this convoy, they're saying we're going to be peaceful. We just want to make our statement. They want to, and God bless them. I mean, this is their livelihood.
Yes, it is. And, you know, they're not standing up just for themselves and other truckers. They're standing up for all of us. And there's been some hesitation with folks saying that maybe I don't want to give money to this because it all got taken away in Canada. There are other ways to help. These trucks, if you find out their routes, they are going to have kind of stations where they will get supplies from people, whether it is toiletries or food or water or cash on hand, whatever. Watch what the routes are, the ones that come close to your town. If they are stopping, by all means, help them out. If they are just rolling through, you can be on the overpasses with flags, with signs. Show them your support. Tell them that you're standing up tall with them and for them, because they're doing it because you aren't.
I want to give you a website based on what Jan said. If you want to follow what's going on, go to thepeopleconvoy.org. It's at the bottom of the screen there, thepeopleconvoy.org. You can follow their routes, see where they're stopping, and help them out.
And that's not the only convoy, too. They're starting
Yes,
from,
there are
that's
others.
just the one that started in California. The convoy for North Dakota is starting in Minot and going through Bismarck and then through Fargo and staying in Sauk Center, I believe.
Yes, and I think the one that starts in Montana will be joining the one in Bismarck. You know, they go from Minot to Bismarck, and then they're headed east, so.
But I like
stopping
the
in
idea
Fargo.
of just, you know, if you can do some donations, carry some cash. I don't even want to give Visa any money, you know, to buy a, you know, a
gift
prepaid
card, yeah.
gift card.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that, but I think cash speaks volume. Just give them some cash, give them a case of water, give them a package of toilet paper, whatever it is, whatever you can give to these truckers, because they're doing it for all of us, not just for themselves.
Buy them some fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Now, speaking of why are they doing it, here's a man who's going with his 85-year-old son. Let's watch. He's explaining. I took a clip to see a little bit of why he's doing this.
Radical and divisive leadership must end. We have found your administration and your governance lacking in virtually every sphere of American life, from out-of-control crime to disparaging our blessed police officers, to delusional race and gender baiting, to mismanagement of foreign wars, to iron-fisted mandates. We have had enough.
You know, I think the world just needs more cowboys. I'm just
Yeah.
going to put it out there.
I won't argue.
You know, it's
all
like
good.
it's about time that people stood up. I'm just so overwhelmed. I mean, we've been doing it for a year and a half, 2 years now, but it's like people are starting to get mad, and now when we get mad, it's like they're standing up even more. So God bless them. I did want to point out too, though, BP decided to kind of put their own tariff on Russia. They're not going to do any trade, and so maybe get a BP gift card for the gas station. That would be one way to support U.S. truckers right here.
There was a fueling station in Arizona that donated over 2,500 gallons
Wow.
of fuel
Oh,
for the
wonderful.
truckers that went through there. And I mean, it was just 2 stations
Oh
that
my
just
gosh,
said,
I got
come and fill up.
goosebumps.
And you know that they're doing the right thing here. They are not going to go and take their guns and go raid the Capitol or anything. They are just peaceful protesters saying, we are here and we want you to know that we're here and that we're just not going to take it anymore.
Someone else had pointed out as well, though, that they kind of wish that these truckers would go down to the Mexican border instead to kind of make a stand there, because that would speak volumes. It really
Well-
would.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe when they're done in D.C., just take a
Exactly.
swing south and just kind of make your own border.
I think we know where the backbone is. And
I think
so
you're
we
right.
need to go
Right.
back there. And I want to also point out, if you go to American Trucker Freedom Fund, American Trucker Freedom Fund, once it's at bottom of the screen.com. They can also, you can make donations through them. This is not, we know you cannot trust GoFundMe. In Canada, they got up to $10 million. They were distributing $1 million when everything got shut down. They were going to take the money until there were some complaints, and they said, okay, we'll refund everybody their money. I mean, can you imagine $10 million? And then Trudeau ended up freezing bank accounts, like saying because it was an emergency.
Under advice
So he
from
needed to do that.
our president, or
Yeah.
resident.
So now we know that it isn't easy just to make a simple statement anymore, because the left is going to try to shut you down
Hey,
and punish you.
Yeah.
And it's another, point. Have some cash on hand. We don't know what's going to happen the next 3-4 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. We don't know. So if you can take a little bit of cash out of the bank and have it on hand just for an emergency, now would be a good time to do it, or buy silver.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or just stock up on what you need without hoarding.
But just
Yeah, 'cause
remember
the
how
trucks are gonna be
your stock
scarce.
got there. The truckers brought it.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly, yeah, yeah. If all that we're talking about, we don't have any of it without the truckers, so.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah, so do
God
what we
bless the
can.
truckers.
And don't forget to pray for them, just like we're going to pray for Ukraine. Pray for the truckers too, because they are sacrificing for us.